Have you ever watched someone win? Not because they were smarter, richer, or luckier, but because they walked into every room like they owned the damn place? That's the power of acting like nothing can stop you. And the truth is, nothing can, if you got the balls to believe it. Most people live their lives waiting for permission, waiting for the stars to align. But real killers, they don't wait, they dominate. In this video, you'll learn how to act like you're unstoppable, because once your mind believes it, the world has no choice but to fall in line. Let's make you the weapon of mass execution you were born to be. First, walk, talk, and breathe like a fucking winner. You're not hoping to succeed, you expect it. Winners don't ask if they're ready. They show up, they swing hard, and they bury the competition. Confidence isn't a gift. It's a fucking decision. You weren't born hesitant. You were born screaming, demanding, ready to conquer the world. But somewhere along the way, you got programmed to ask for permission, to sit down, shut up, and wait your turn. Let me be clear. Winners don't wait. They take. They move with purpose, presence, and power. When they enter a room, the energy shifts, not because of their title or resume, but because of their certainty. That certainty is contagious. You feel it, you respect it, you don't question it. So how do you develop that kind of presence? You decide. You decide every morning that you're a killer, not a victim. You decide that you're walking into every opportunity like you own the damn thing. You stop fidgeting. You stop talking with a question mark in your voice. You look people dead in the eyes and speak like what you say matters, because it fucking does. You square your shoulders. You command the space you're in. You act like the deal's already closed, the job is already yours, the win is already in the bag, because when you show up like that, people believe it. And more importantly, you believe it. Too many of you are walking around apologizing for your existence, shrinking yourself down, playing small so others feel comfortable. Fuck that. The world doesn't need more humble mediocrity. It needs more dominant leaders. It needs you stepping into your full potential without fear, without shame, without compromise. And here's the truth, command presence has nothing to do with being the loudest person in the room. It's about being the most certain. Silent conviction destroys loud desperation every time. You can be calm and still dominate. You can speak with a low voice and still shake the room. But you've got to believe in what you're saying. You've got to own the space you're in. Mentally, emotionally, physically. And don't think for a second that this is about faking it. This is about becoming it. Rewiring your brain to stop second guessing, to stop doubting, to stop hesitating. You build confidence like a muscle. You show up. You execute, you get the result. Then you do it again and again. And before long, you're not acting anymore. You are the fucking winner. So from this moment on, no more passive body language, no more weak tone, no more waiting for someone to hand you the win. You are the win. Walk like it, talk like it, breathe like it, every day, everywhere. That's command presence. And that's where the domination begins. You weren't born with fear. It was injected into you by weak teachers, weak parents, weak friends, and a society built to keep you small. Every be realistic and every play it safe was just another drop of poison in your mind. They conditioned you to doubt yourself, to hesitate to ask for permission. But guess what? That version of you, the one who second guesses every move, who shrinks when it's time to strike, that version has to die. Not tomorrow, not when you feel like it. Every day you wake up, you're either feeding your ambition or feeding your fear. And fear, it's a sneaky little bastard. It hides behind excuses like, I'm not ready, what if I fail? Or I'm not good enough. That's not your voice. That's the voice of every loser who quit before they started. You've got to recognize that voice for what it is. A lie, a loud, cowardly, manipulative lie designed to keep you average. If you let it, it'll run your life straight into mediocrity. Killing self-doubt is not a one-time job. It's daily combat. It's you versus the inner coward, and only one of you gets to walk out of the ring. That's why you've got to drown that voice in discipline. Structure your day so tightly that there's no room left for second guessing. Wake up early, train your body, feed your mind. Set targets, hit them, repeat. Discipline doesn't care how you feel, it only cares what you do. You don't feel confident? Too bad. Act anyway. Take the step, make the call, launch the project. Confidence is not some magical gift, it's the reward for showing up when most people hide. Self-doubt cannot survive in the presence of action. Every time you do what scared you, it gets weaker. Every time you execute, you build proof that you are exactly who you say you are. And eventually that proof becomes belief. You start to trust yourself. That's power, not the fake confidence you see on social media. Real, bulletproof, unshakable certainty that comes from knowing you did the work. Let the world talk. Let the doubters laugh. While they're busy overthinking and overtalking, you'll be out there doing, and doing wins, always. So the next time that inner bitch starts whispering lies in your ear, telling you to slow down, to wait, to give up, you silence it the only way that works. Not with quotes, not with affirmations, but with ruthless, relentless execution. Because when you're out there moving fast, hitting goals and smashing resistance, there's no room left for fear. It dies in the shadow of your results. Kill self-doubt daily, not just because you want to win, but because you refuse to lose. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is the fucking GPS to your destiny. Most people treat fear like a stop sign. The moment they feel it, they freeze, they shrink, they turn back. But the high performers, the killers, the ones who actually make it, they know the truth. Fear is a signal. It's a flare being shot in the air, telling you exactly where you need to go. You're afraid of that conversation? Have it. You're afraid of starting that business? Launch it. You're afraid of failing? Then you're on the right path, because nothing worth doing feels safe at the start. The reason most people stay stuck their whole damn life is because they're waiting to stop feeling afraid before they move. Newsflash, that day never comes. You'll never wake up fearless. You think the giants of industry, the world leaders, the titans you admire never feel fear? Bullshit. They just don't let it stop them. They feel it and they use it. Fear becomes their fuel. It sharpens their mind, speeds up their heartbeat. It gets them laser focused, and then they move fast, aggressively, like predators. Fear shows you where your power is hiding. That's why the goal is not to get rid of fear, it's to become addicted to chasing it. You want to grow? Start running toward the thing that scares the hell out of you. Start leaning into discomfort instead of avoiding it. That's how champions are made. In the fire, in the chaos, not in the fucking comfort zone where most people waste their potential. The comfort zone is where dreams go to die. The fear zone, that's where your legacy is built. You've got to retrain your brain to interpret fear as a green light, not a red one. That uneasy feeling in your gut, that's your signal to move, to leap, to swing the bat, even if you might miss. And guess what? You probably will miss at first. That's fine. Missing doesn't kill you. Hesitation does. Fear doesn't cripple you. Inaction does. Cowards let fear dictate their decisions. Leaders use it to make better ones. You want the money, the freedom, the power? It's all on the other side of what scares you. That's the tax you pay for greatness. Discomfort. And if you're not willing to pay it, you'll never see the view from the top. Lions don't negotiate with fear. They hunt in spite of it. They look it in the eye, bare their teeth, and they move forward anyway. You need to do the same. Because if you keep choosing safe, you'll keep living small. But if you choose fear, if you fucking charge into it, you'll unlock a version of yourself that's unstoppable. So next time your hands shake and your heart pounds, don't run, don't stall, smile. Because you just found your next level. Now go fucking conquer it. Dominate your environment, not negotiate with it, not compromise, dominate. That means you take full control of the energy, influence, and mindset that surrounds you every single day. If you walk into a room and you're not the most driven person there, you're in the wrong goddamn room. Success doesn't grow in comfort zones or weak circles. It grows in war zones. Places where pressure is high, standards are brutal, and mediocrity gets strangled at the door. Cut losers loose. I mean ruthlessly. If someone in your circle is always making excuses, always procrastinating, always talking about what they could do instead of doing a damn thing, they've got to go. You think you can build an empire with people dragging their feet, crying about how hard life is? You can't. Dead weight sinks ships. And if you want to sail, you better throw those anchors overboard. Your circle should either push you to greatness or be pushed the hell out. Every time you sit down with someone, ask yourself, does this person feed my fire or put it out? Are they challenging me, raising the bar, making me uncomfortable in the best way, or are they keeping me safe, small, and satisfied with scraps? The harsh truth is, most people would rather stay liked than become legendary. But legends don't ask for approval, they demand results. And that kind of mindset only comes from being around other savages who are on the same warpath. Surround yourself with killers. I'm talking about people who are obsessed with winning. People who don't sleep until they've moved the needle forward. People who show up even when they're tired, broken, and bleeding, because quitting was never an option. You want to change your life? Change your environment. Find maniacs chasing goals so big they make average people sweat bullets. Align yourself with those freaks of nature who don't just dream, they execute with violence and precision. Because here's the truth, you become who you hang around. It's not philosophy, it's math. If 5 of your closest friends are broke, fat, lazy, and playing it safe, you'll be number 6. But if 5 of your friends are relentless executors, business assassins, high-performance machines, you're on your way to becoming number 6 of that group. The people around you shape your thoughts, your habits, your standards, your outcomes. So stop pretending you can stay in a soft circle and somehow build a hard legacy. Choose wisely. Life isn't a popularity contest, it's a war. And in war, your team determines whether you conquer or get conquered. So surround yourself with killers. Push out the weak. Build a circle that breathes fire, bleeds hustle, and spits out results like a machine. That's how you dominate your environment. That's how you win every single day. Ready is a lie sold to the weak. It's the pacifier for the procrastinator, the excuse for the excuse maker. It's the invisible prison that keeps you playing small while the bold march past you and collect everything you ever dreamed of. You'll never feel ready because your brain is hardwired to keep you safe, not successful. It's built for survival, not domination. So if you're waiting for the butterflies to vanish, for the stars to align, for the fear to evaporate, keep waiting, because that moment never comes. Winners don't wait for perfect conditions. They create the conditions by acting first. Take the meeting even when you're nervous. You launch the business even when the website isn't perfect. You pitch the deal even when your hands are shaking. That's what separates the ones who rise from the ones who rot. The masses wait, the elite execute. And here's the brutal truth. Nobody cares if you're ready. The world only respects results. You either delivered or you didn't. You either showed up or you stayed on the sideline. And every time you delay action under the illusion of getting ready, you teach your subconscious that it's okay to be a coward. You reinforce the habit of hesitation. The titans you admire, they started dirty, broke, uncertain. They fumbled through the process, but they moved. They didn't ask for permission. They didn't wait for confidence. They acted. And confidence was built through action, not before it. That's the formula. It's not clarity, then execution. It's execution, then clarity. You figure it out as you go. You adapt. You learn by bleeding, not by sitting in a chair, planning every variable for 5 years. What's the cost of waiting? Regret, stagnation, missed opportunities that will never come back. Because while you're preparing, someone else is doing, and guess what? They're gonna take your spot, your clients, your money, and your future. You can't outthink hunger. You can't outplan obsession. The ones who act without needing permission will always devour the ones who wait for some magical signal. So act as if you belong, as if you're the best, as if the crown is already yours, because it is, if you have the balls to seize it. Every empire started with someone who had no right to win on paper. But they didn't play by the paper, they played by belief. Relentless, unreasonable, explosive belief, backed by action. Don't wait for ready. Ready is a lie. You're already late. Start moving now. Repetition creates reality. Let that sink in. Your brain doesn't respond to what you wish for. It responds to what you repeat. Every morning when your feet hit the ground, the first words out of your mouth should be, "Nothing can stop me." Not because it sounds cool, not because it's some fluffy affirmation, but because you're programming your mind like a machine. And the input you feed it determines the output you get. Winners aren't born, they're built. And the construction starts with relentless, daily reinforcement of a mindset forged in steel. You think top performers just randomly feel confident? Hell no. They've conditioned themselves to believe beyond any doubt that they're the baddest motherfucker in the room. And guess what? When you believe that long enough, hard enough, and loud enough, the world starts believing it too. Repetition wires your identity. If you wake up every day and act like a loser, you become one. If you show up every day and act like a juggernaut, you become one. It's not magic. It's math. Input equals output. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And if your system includes whining, overthinking, procrastinating, and talking yourself out of moves, you're done before you even start. But if your system is built on waking up, locking eyes with the beast in the mirror, and saying, "We execute today no matter what," then you're already halfway to domination. The other half, proving it through savage, ruthless, unrelenting action. This isn't about motivation. That comes and goes like the wind. This is about programming your operating system to default to power, to courage, to fire. Repetition isn't glamorous, it's not sexy, but it's what separates the elite from the mediocre. While average people are debating, delaying, and doubting, the relentless ones are repeating their mission until it becomes reality. You need to make it impossible to lose, because you've trained your mind so hard that quitting isn't even an option anymore. Do the reps, mentally and physically, every single day. Talk to yourself like a winner, move like a winner, show up like a fucking warrior, not once a week, not when you feel like it, every damn day. Repetition doesn't just build habits, it builds character. And character is what stands tall when life throws a punch at your face. Eventually people will look at you and say, "That person's unstoppable." And they'll be right, because you made yourself that way. Not by accident, not by luck, but by intentional, brutal, relentless repetition of excellence. Reinforce the identity until it becomes your reality. That's how you rise. That's how you win. That's how you become unstoppable. Stop acting like you're hoping to win. Start acting like it's already done. Because when you carry yourself like a fucking king or queen, the universe starts to move out of your way. Act as if nothing can stop you, and nothing ever will. If you're done playing small, hit that like button, subscribe, because this channel isn't for the weak, it's for warriors. Leave a comment saying, "I'm unstoppable." Let's build your empire. Now get the hell out there and execute.